Okay, hello guys, welcome to my game tutorial channel. Today we are going to make something important to your first-person shooter games and the third-person shooter games, and that is Crosshair. Okay, but before we begin, I would like to request you to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications so as to be up to date with the latest Unreal Engine 4 tutorials, and also check out my Patreon page and consider supporting the channel. So yeah, that's it. So what we have today here is a first person template. It's with all Unreal Engine copies, so that's what you're going to be using, but feel free to incorporate it with your own. So some of the things you will require is just a crosshair texture, which I made here. I already made before. So this is what we are going to be using, and we are going to be making a dynamic crosshair. So first we are going to create user interface, a widget blueprint, and we'll just call it crosshair. Let me just call it dynamic crosshair. Okay, now that that is created, we are going to hop into the widget blueprint, and we are going to create the basic assets that we need for our dynamic crosshair. So we're going to take a vertical box. It can be a vertical box or horizontal, but personally I prefer a vertical box. And then we are going to size it to 100 by 100, okay, like that. And then we are going to center it to the middle, and then we are going to make sure this point is at the middle here. So we just drag it somewhere like that, and so we round it off. So this one will be negative 100, and here will be negative 50. Okay, we are going to name this one up box or top box. Let's just call it top box. Okay, or you can just name it top. Let me just name it something simple. Promote this vertical box to a variable like that here, and now we are going to go to the palette again, and we are going to drag in an image, okay, like that. And then with the image selected, we just take it to fill, okay, so that it fills the entire thing. Then we are going to take the image, and then we are going to use the crosshair image that we imported earlier. You can make this in your image editing software, so I'm going to use that one like that. Okay, so basically this asset is already made, is already complete. Now we are going to copy this and paste, so it's somewhere here. Now we'll have to make sure that this point here is here at the middle, so we're just going to drag it somewhere there, and then we're going to round it. So this one will be negative 45, then this one will be 0. Okay, then we are with this box selected. Let's do some few things. We are going to rename it. I'm going to rename it to right, and then the image under that vertical box I am going to rotate, okay, to 90, okay, like that. So that is done. We're going to take this again, copy, we're going to paste, same thing like we did the other time. We just make sure that this point is here, so like that, and we round it. We have to make sure that it is exactly the way it's supposed to be. So this one will be negative 45. No, not really. Is it negative 45 or what should it be? Negative 50. Yeah, sorry for that. Okay, and that one is done already. Then we are going to take one here, copy, paste, okay, and then we are going to drag this point to here. then we're going to round it. This one will be -100, -50. What was it again? -50. Is that really it? Yeah, so it should look like that. So let me go ahead and rename these boxes. This one we are going to call it down. If I'm going too fast for you, you can pause the video and do what I'm doing. Then we are going to rename this one to left. Okay, that's it. So we have top, right, down, left. Okay, so that's what we need. So we are going to hop to the graph, and from here I had already made some assets, some code, so I'm going to restart all over again. So we are going to search for event construct. So event construct is just basically the event begin play for widget blueprint. Okay, then whenever it's constructed, we are going to get all actors of class. Okay, then we are going to get our player character. Okay, so our player character is just called, for this template, is called first person shooter. So that's what we are going to get. Okay, first person character. Okay, then we get here, you just drag and type get a copy. Okay, then from this one we cast. You can just use it, this one directly, or you can just cast. So let's just use it directly. Okay, and let's promote it to a variable. Sorry for that, I don't know what happened. What's happening? That one is not working. I don't know why it's not working. Just a minute. Why is it not working? Okay, let's just cast to first person character. Then let's just now save this one. What's wrong? I cannot set FPS character. What's wrong? I cannot set. What is happening? Just a minute. I don't know what is happening, so it looks like we'll have to restart again. Sorry for that. So like I said before, we're going to take event construct. We're going to cast to first person character. Okay, so here we're going to get all actors of class. Okay, we're going to get our first person character, get a copy, and then we are going to save this as a variable. Okay, I think it should work. Let's see. It's telling us that we already have the reference, so let me just delete this one. Sorry for this confusion. Sorry. But here I'm going to pause for you so that you can see. So event construct, get all actors of class, then we save it as FPS character reference. So from there we are going to take tick, event tick. Then we are going to do some few things. Okay, first let's have a branch. This branch is just to make sure that we do not have invalid references. So if this one is valid, then we will allow the event tick to work. So let's just do is valid. Okay, so if it is valid, we are going to have a variable that is called initialize init. Okay, so we are going to drive this one here, then you're going to set it to true. So if we have gotten our first person character reference, we now let the event tick to run. Okay, so it will be now true. Before then it will not run, so that we cannot have invalid errors. Then we are going to get our first person character here, then we do a sequence. So we are going to do several sequences of sequences from here. What you are going to do is we are going to get the velocity of the first person character. Okay, then vector length. Okay, and then from there, this is now our speed. Whatever this one returns will be our speed. So we are going to promote this to a variable, and we are going to call it current speed. Okay, so that's the first sequence of what is going to happen. Okay, then we need to have like we need to generate an alpha, like a scale of how fast we are moving relative to the max speed. So for example, if the maximum speed is 1000 and we are moving at a speed of 500, then the alpha should be 0.5, meaning we are moving at the 0.5 of our speed. So we are going to take normalize to range. Okay, then we are going to take our current speed as the value. Then we are going to have our max speed as a variable. Okay, max speed. So here, this one, you set it to the speed that is set as max walk speed in your character. So if, for example, if you have max walk speed set to 600, you set this one to 600. Okay, so we are going to set it to 600. Okay, so it will take any value that we have, and then it will normalize to range relative to the max speed. Okay, then we are going to save this as the alpha. So let's just call it speed alpha. Okay, so that is done. So from there, we will need to translate these vertical boxes relative to the alpha, relative to the speed that we are moving at. So we are going to add another pin here to the sequence, like that, and then we are going to add another sequence. Okay, then from the first one, we are going to add another sequence again. Okay, so that this way we can be neat. So the first sequence will be for the top and the down vertical boxes. Then the second sequences will be for the left and right. Okay, so we're going to add another sequence here, like that. Okay, so what we are going to do is, for the top one, let's drag the reference to this top vertical box, like that. So we take the top one. So we want it, when we are moving, okay, it should go up, like that. Okay, so the variable that we want is under render transform translation, and which is y-axis. Okay, so this is what we are going to be manipulating, so that when you are at max speed, it goes up. When you are slowing down, it goes until it stops at 0. Okay, so that's just the basic idea. So we are going to set render transform. Okay, then here we are going to right click and then split. No, not this one, sorry for this. Set, no, render translation. Okay, set render translation. Then you are going to break this one, right click here, then split, so that we have translation X, translation Y. Okay, but what we are going to be using is Y. Okay, so we are going to take we are going to add lap, this one, then we are going to use max, this alpha, we are going to use speed alpha that we already made here. Okay, then we drag it and put there. So what lap entails is you can lap between two values based on an alpha. So for example, when alpha is 1, we are going to use the value of B. When alpha is 0, we are going to use the value of A. Anything in between will be interpolated. Okay, so that's basically it. So we want here at B, we are going to do promote it to variable, and then we are going to rename this to max spread. Okay, then we are going to drag this one here, okay, to translation Y. Okay, so let's give this max spread a value. We can just name it 50. It's giving me an error. Let me just disconnect this one. So our crosshair is ready to work, but there's some things which need to be sorted out first. We first have to make sure that it is drawn. Right now it is not drawn on the on the screen. So let's just do that. We're going to go to our first person character. Here at begin play, we're just going to create widget. Class will be our dynamic crosshair. Which one is it, man? Which one is it? I made two with the same name. Sorry. Let me just call it dynamic crosshair. Is it this one? Oh, I made a mistake. Add to viewport. I hope it's this one. I hope it is this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Is it really this one? I don't know. Let me just do something. No, it's not that one. It's the other one. Yeah, it's this one. So as you can see, when we walk, it goes down, but it should be the opposite. It should go up. So what I'm going to do is simple. We're just going to multiply this value by -1. -1. Okay, simple. So you see it goes up. So it is this concept that you are going to be replicating for all of the others. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So for the down, let's take down. Let's just copy this one and paste here, and then we are going to take from here sequence. We're going to drag this one here. Okay, let's just be neat. Okay, then instead of doing times -1, we are just going to go direct here. Make sure that we have our alpha set. Okay, and I think it should work. Sorry, just a minute. Why is it? Oh no, we are going to use the down one. Yeah, so let's test it out. As you can see, it's spreading apart, which is what we wanted. So I want you to notice something. We are basically doing the same thing over and over again here. This one and this one look the same. So in order to keep to make our work much more easier and much more pleasant to look at, let's just be neat and let's just select all of this, okay, up to here, right click and then collapse to function. Okay, we are just going to name this function calculate spread. Okay, then with this one selected, with the function selected, go here to the graph and here under pure just select, tick this one so that it's pure. Okay, so this is what you are going to be using. So instead of doing this, we're going to delete this one and we're just going to take calculate spread. Okay, simple, and it should work. Okay, yeah. Then the other one is just now simple. We are going to do the bottom ones. Let's just copy and paste. So from here, the first sequence we are going to plug it there. The second sequence we're going to plug it here. So now there's some few changes we're going to do, which includes switching the variables. So we are going to take left and plug it here, then you're going to take right and plug it here. Okay, and then here under calculate spread, the output should be taken to translation X, and then here the output should be moved to translation X. Okay, something like that. So that's basically it. So when we move, it spreads. So this is basically how you will achieve crosshairs. So from here, it's up to you now to customize your crosshair. You can adjust some values, like for example max spread. If you want to be really excessive, you can just even make it to be a 100. You see, it's much huger. Or you can make it to be something very small, like 20. Okay, so it's up to you on how you're going to implement it. You could adjust some few variables, like visibility. For example, if you have a pistol, you can take the top one like this, and then here under visibility you just set it to hidden, so you have like a custom crosshairs that works. You can replace the images in the vertical box. Okay, you can adjust the scale, so it's up to you. So I've made it such that it's very customizable to your own liking. So that's it. That's our tutorial for today. And if you like the video, if this video helped you, like the video and share with your Unreal developers, fellow Unreal developers. It really helps the channel a lot. And subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting a lot of tutorials that are going to be very important for your game development life, I guess. So until the next time, keep the games coming, keep making games with Unreal Engine, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.